We're joined now by Dennis-Kenji Kipker in Frankfurt. He is the Research Director at Cyber Intelligence Institute. Welcome back to the programme, Dennis. Now, Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang has spent a lot of time with both SK Hynix and Samsung on this trip. Who's emerging as the bigger winner of this visit?
I personally would say that SK Hynix is the clear winner. So Huang signed a formal multi-year supply partnership with SK Hynix, one he described personally as already worth billions and billions of dollars a year, and set up growth substantially. So while publicly naming it's Nvidia, which is of course the largest memory partner, is left without a confirmed long-term supply agreement. And analysts already describe a deliberate push and pull strategy of Nvidia. So Nvidia keeps Samsung engaged and as a competitive lever, but its memory anchor is firmly with SK Hynix.
Now, Nvidia is locking in South Korean tech for its next generation AI chips. But why can't Nvidia, the world's most valuable company, just build these mega chips on its own?
Yeah, so Nvidia is a chip designer and not a chip maker, and its AI accelerators depend on two entirely separate manufacturing disciplines it doesn't own. So the compute technique is fabricated exclusively by TSMC in Taiwan, while the high bandwidth memory that sits alongside it is really an ultra specialized product that only 3 companies on Earth can produce. So one of these is SK Hynix, as aforementioned, Samsung and Micron. And crucially, we are not talking about a commodity part. It really requires years of co-engineering with the chip designer to hit this bandwidth and packaging specs that Nvidia's platform demand.
And this trip wasn't just about microchips. We saw Jensen Huang checking out robotics and smart cars. What's Nvidia's bigger plan for South Korea beyond just chip supply?
Yeah, I would say that Nvidia is clearly treating South Korea as some kind of cornerstone of its physical AI strategy. So the push to embed AI intelligence into the real world physical, that is the point we see, and not just data centers. So the deals signed this week span Hyundai Motors, which is deploying about 50,000 Blackwell GPUs and co-investing $3 billion with Nvidia in South Korea's physical AI sector, and also LG, which is currently building an AI factory spanning robotics, autonomous driving, and smart manufacturing, and Doosan, of course, which provides both key Blackwell chip materials and energy systems for AI data centers.
And Nvidia usually relies heavily on Taiwan for its manufacturing. Is deepening ties with South Korea a strategic move to split its risks?
Yes, it is definitely, at least on the memory side. So Nvidia's compute chips are still manufactured almost exclusively by TSMC in Taiwan. And this is a concentration point that analysts describe already for a long time as a structural vulnerability, particularly given geopolitical tensions in the regions in the Far East. And TSMC's overseas fabrications are not expected to reach leading edge scale before 2028 or 2030. And South Korea is one of the few places where meaningful diversification is actually possible. So by securing this long-term supply chain from both SK Hynix and Samsung, Nvidia builds redundancy into the one critical component where it has supplier choice. So it doesn't eliminate this Taiwan risk, but it does reduce the single point of failure exposure in the whole Nvidia memory stack.
Dr. Dennis-Kenji Kipker from the Cyber Intelligence Institute. Great to have your thoughts. Thank you.